morning, everyone. This is the Independent Broadcasting Company from the Galilee district. The headlines this morning centre on the man called Jesus. Now, we've featured him before in our news bulletins. According to reports, Jesus and his followers were having a bite to eat, and the Pharisees accused him and his followers of not washing their hands. Now, to make it perfectly clear, there was no suggestion that their hands were filthy. The problem was that they hadn't washed them in the ceremonial tradition, breaking one of the religious rules, and as we all know, they have many of them. But to find out what actually happened, we sent Ben, our roving reporter, out to see what was going on. Hi Ben, are you hearing me?
Hello, hearing you loud and clear. According to some in the crowd, the situation here is that Jesus and his followers were confronted by the Pharisees and accused of not following the ceremonial rules about washing their hands. Jesus then turned the situation round by saying that they were the hypocrites and that these were their rules and not God's. He then quoted the prophet Isaiah, saying they weren't honouring God. In fact, they were doing the opposite by insisting on all their man-made rules.
I don't suppose that went down very well.
That's an understatement. They were very unhappy about it. No one likes to be called a hypocrite. He then explained what he meant by telling them that they had twisted God's laws to suit themselves.
What happened after that?
Well, I caught up with a follower of Jesus and she told me this.
Well, Jesus then spoke to the crowd and told them that it's not what you take in that makes a person, but what comes out from within. I didn't really understand it, and I'm pretty sure the crowd didn't either. After all, we're always being told by our religious leaders what we shouldn't eat because it makes us sinful. However, later on, when Jesus came back to our house, he explained what it meant to his disciples, and I overheard what he said. It made such good sense. I don't know why I didn't understand it before.
What did he mean?
Well, Jesus explained that it's not what you eat that makes you sinful, but what is in your heart. And what he meant was the way you think bad thoughts, sin comes from deep within and shows you the sort of person you really are. You can't hide what's really in your heart because it escapes out of your mouth.
So he's saying food doesn't make you sinful or unclean.
That's right. I mean, if you think about it, just because you eat fish doesn't make you a fish, does it? You don't talk and think like a fish. It's what's in your heart that's so important to God. Don't you think Jesus is just amazing?
Thank you. Well, there you have it. There seems to be more to this man, Jesus. He seems to know what he's talking about. I think I'm going to have to investigate some of these things to find out more about the laws and find out what God really says. The Pharisees do seem to have it in for Jesus, though. This is Ben Abelman from our outside broadcast, handing back to the studio.
Thank you, Ben, for that report. So, folks, here's the story. Here's a quick recap. Jesus accused by the Pharisees of breaking the hand-washing rules. Jesus tells them that they're hypocrites, twisting God's law to suit themselves and only paying lip service. He quotes Isaiah and tells them that they've missed the point and missed God. It's what is in their hearts that is dishonouring to God. Jesus told the crowd, it's not what you take in that makes you sinful, but what is already in your heart. Food just goes into your stomach. Jesus told his disciples and followers that you need to honour God with their lives by having him in their hearts. Love and follow God's ways and not man-made rules. It's not what you eat, but what you have deep within that makes you the person you are. Well, folks, we haven't heard the last of Jesus. He certainly put the cat among the pigeons. This is all from the newsrooms. Keep safe and keep listening. Bye.